Hello, my name is Simon Gray and I'm the Programme Manager for the Fishing School Hero Programme, which is managed by the Food Teachers Centre and funded by the Fishmongers Company. I'm here today at Fishmongers Hall on London Bridge, and I'm going to be going right down to the bottom of this fantastic building to work in the kitchens to cook up 3 amazing dishes with hake. The hake has been donated by Fastnet Fish from Grimsby, and it's all part of the Fish from the Chippy initiative that we're running in partnership with them and the Fishmongers Company as part of the Fishing School Hero Programme. So we have some lovely frozen at sea, individually quick frozen hake fillets here. They're skinless, they're boneless. I'm just going to portion this into goujons and we're going to make a dish with that later on. So just nice sizes, nice even cuts all the way down there. And then we have our goujons of hake fillet. Okay, so we have our goujons of hake here. Now what I'm going to do is flour, egg wash and breadcrumb the goujons, and I'm going to use these in a fish finger sandwich. Okay, you could use them and serve them on their own with a bit of tartar sauce, a little bit of salad, a composite salad to go with there, a little bit of coleslaw would be nice, and some fries, some chips. Or sauteed potatoes, whatever you like. But we've taken the hake and we've got nice fingers of fish fillet, just going to go into the seasoned flour, shake off any excess, and the flour goes onto the fish to make the egg stick, and the egg goes on to make the fresh breadcrumbs stick. And the breadcrumbs are just ordinary bread put into a food processor and whizzed up for a couple of seconds, about 30 seconds, just to make a nice fine breadcrumb. So these are goujons of hake, frozen at sea hake, that have been floured, egg wash and breadcrumbed. We call that pane. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to fry them in the deep fat fryer. That's set at 180 degrees centigrade. We're going to put them in individually into the basket and just away from us, and drop them in there. They're going to cook for around about 2 or 3 minutes. I'm not going to shake the basket. I've put them into the hot oil. They've gone down halfway down the basket and come to the top. Now if you're using a deep fat fryer in school, you need a temperature controlled deep fat fryer. The individual tabletops and the students need to be supervised when they're using them. And you need to write a risk assessment for using the deep fat fryer in the school. CleApps have them on their website, but if you're not too sure, get in contact with us at the Food Teachers Centre and we can point you in the right direction of a risk assessment for using a deep fat fryer. So the goujons have had just over 2 minutes within the fryer, got a nice crispy coating on them, and I can tell that the fish is cooked. If I just break that open a little bit there, you can see that that's well cooked. Okay, you can cook these in an oven, but you would need to spray the tray and just give a light spray of the breadcrumbs before you put them into a hot oven. And they would take around about 4 to 5 minutes in a really hot oven. And what I'm going to do now is show you how to make a really nice luxury hake fish finger sandwich. So I'm going to use goujons of hake that have been deep fried, and I'm going to put those into a ciabatta roll, and I'm going to garnish it with some cornfed potatoes and a potato salad. So I'm going to make up the potato salad now. So what I've done is I've cooked some baby new potatoes, around about 100 grams, 150 grams of those into a bowl. And I have some shallots that I've finely diced. So I'm going to pop some shallots in there, and about 50 grams of shallots. I've finely diced some gherkin, so I'm going to pop the gherkin in there, about a tablespoon of diced gherkin, and I've got some fresh parsley, about half a tablespoon of fresh parsley in there. I'm going to put in around about half a tablespoon of olive oil, half a teaspoon of white wine vinegar, and I'm just going to mix that up. So I'm incorporating all the ingredients there. So mixing all those ingredients together, and then I'm going to pop in around a tablespoon of freshly made mayonnaise into that mixture, and just mix that around like so. And there I have a really nice fresh composite salad, a potato salad that we're going to use as a garnish to accompany our fish finger sandwich. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to build the luxury fish finger sandwich using the IQF goujons of Hake. We have a bread bat, and what we're going to do, we're going to make up some lemon mayonnaise, and we're going to coat the bottom of this bat. You can grill these if you so wish, put them on a hot griddle pan. I'll put them under a grill just to crisp them up on the inside. I'm going to leave them like that for today. So the first thing we need is some fresh mayonnaise, and we're going to take around about a tablespoon or just over freshly made mayonnaise. We're going to put into the mayonnaise some zest of a lemon. So using a zester, we're just going to scrape down a little bit of zest in there, and then we're going to use a little squeeze of lemon, just a little bit there to flavour the mayonnaise, and then give that a mix up. Pop that. Give it a little mix around. Okay. And then we're going to take some fresh rocket, a nice peppery rocket, just going to layer that onto the base of the sandwich, and then we're going to take our goujons and we're going to lay them on strategically. Okay, you want to show the nice big plump pieces coming out of the sandwich to entice people into eating it. Okay, so I reckon 4 of those goujons will look really nice in there. And I've also got some ridge cut gherkins here, the type you get, you know, in burgers. I'm just going to pop those around there, and that gives it a little bit of acidity as well. Once you've built your sandwich, pop that underneath, and we pop that on our board, our presentation board, pop on our lid, like so. And in here, I've got some potato salad, and we're just going to garnish that onto our plate, like so. There's some finely chopped spring onion just to sprinkle on top. Some little pieces of dill we're going to pop in there just to add a little bit more flavour to the sandwich. Just little tiny sprigs. And then here I have some ridge potatoes. Now you can make these quite easily on a mandolin. You go down with a raw potato, turn it around, called courgette potatoes, or you can just do plain game chips, and you can serve that with it. So there's another skill there that you can use. Just going to build a little pile of crisps on the side. Okay, you've got Hake goujons in luxury fish finger sandwich served with potato salad and courgette potatoes. What I'm going to show you now is a little bit of take on the posh fish finger sandwich or luxury fish finger sandwiches. This is taking it a little bit more down onto street food. So what we do is start off with a flatbread. Now flatbread, we can make these really quite easily. 100 grams of plain flour, 100 grams of natural yogurt, half a teaspoon of bicarbonate soda. Mix all that together, roll it out, and then in half again, and you'll get 4 portions that will make a flatbread this size. So what we're going to do with our flatbread, you can put any sort of mix on the bottom of it. You can use hummus if you so wish. I'm going to use lemon mayonnaise because I've got some already here, and I'm just going to spread some lemon mayonnaise onto my flatbread, and then I'm going to build it. I'm going to layer it up with a layer of peppery rocket. Just going to spread that around a little bit more, and going to pop on some gherkins as well. With the gherkin, I'm just going to take it and cut it into little pieces like so, and then just sprinkle that around just to give it a little bit more acidity. Then what I've done, I've taken some red cabbage and I've taken some white onion, just finely julienned the red cabbage, added the julienne of onion to that, a little bit of olive oil and a little bit of white wine vinegar in there, just to put a little sort of vinaigrette on there. Just going to pop that on top like so, and then I'm going to take my goujons of frozen at sea individual cooked frozen hake. I'm just going to lay those on top like so, just build them up. This is a decent portion here. I mean, there we go. Think about how you're going to present it. And then I've got some Greek yogurt. I'm just going to put a portion of green yogurt. I'm just going to drizzle the yogurt on top of it like so. And then I'm going to put on some sweet chili sauce. You can put any sauce on like this. You can do a ranchero sauce. You can do really hot chili sauce if you so wish. I'm just going to dribble it on like so. And then I'm going to take this and put it onto my presentation plate. Okay, so you don't get all the mess of the board there. Pop that on there and all the mess is left behind. And there you have your fish finger sandwich turned around to more looking like street food.